Ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and we have massive news coming from the Trump case in Georgia, and this is pretty serious. Folks, before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out and help us spread the conservative message to audiences who otherwise might not get it. Guys, you helping out really helps us and helps the country. We appreciate it. So what's going on right now is District Attorney Fani Willis of the Atlanta, Georgia area has asked her staff to work remotely for the first couple weeks of August. And she has also asked judges in a downtown Atlanta courtroom to not schedule any trials for about a 2-week period in early August. What does this mean? It's very likely that what this means is that indictments are coming in the Trump case in Georgia. So for those unfamiliar with the case alleges that former President Donald Trump and some of his affiliates and associates tried to pressure Georgia's Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger into, quote, changing the election results, end quote. So the case hinges on the fact that they're saying Trump knew he lost. The people around him knew they lost. They accepted the fact that they lost, but they did not accept the defeat, and therefore were trying to strong-arm Raffensperger into creating votes, to fabricating a victory for him. The other side of the coin, and the defense in this is likely going to be, that Trump believed in his heart that he was robbed of the election, that the votes that he said existed or that he believed existed, he really in his heart believed existed. If that's the case, then the jury should find not guilty. But there is a bigger story here. Atlanta is not a conservative area by any stretch of the imagination. If Trump is indicted on these charges, these are serious criminal charges. If he was indicted on this and gets convicted in an Atlanta courtroom, 2024 is up for grabs for the Republican Party, and it'll be the first time in history a president of the United States has been convicted of a crime this serious. So it's coming to a head. The fact that all this is going on right now with Fani Willis, the fact that she's set aside a block for August, it signifies that it's very likely charges are coming. Doesn't necessarily mean charges against Trump, though that is likely. And if you listened to the foreperson on the jury when she did her media blitz tour, and she was basically bragging about being on the jury, you probably would know that it seems very likely that Trump is the one they're going after. Trump is the one that's going to get indicted. And the one ace in the hole that Trump has is that foreperson on the jury. I mean, she went around talking about the case, bragging, definitely made her disdain for former President Trump known. So that's gonna weigh heavily if they can bring that in front of the jury and say, hey, look, this wasn't even a fair process. Look at the foreperson on this grand jury. Still, it's an Atlanta courtroom, much like New York City. The demographics are not very different in terms of political affiliation there. It's a big city. Big cities tend to be Democrat strongholds. So it's perilous for President Trump. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sit here and just blow smoke and tell you that he's going to be fine. Don't worry about it. It's very serious. And it could be a conviction. I would not be surprised even a little bit if he's indicted and convicted in Georgia. In Atlanta, it'd be like getting convicted in Chicago or Los Angeles or New York or any place like that. It wouldn't surprise me at all to have a Republican convicted in one of those towns. Sometimes, I mean, they convict them in their mind before they ever get in the courtroom. So it's going to be a tough time for President Trump. Now, there's an appeals process if he's convicted, which would probably prove to be a lot fairer, but you've still got that conviction going on your record. It's a shame that it's come to this. It's a shame that a political witch hunt has gone this far, that they're willing to tear the country down. Make no mistake about it. They're willing to tear this country down to keep that man from the White House, to teach others who are outside of the club, outside of the circle, don't you dare try to become president. Don't you dare try to make changes. We will punish you. That's what this is all about. It's all about an outsider having the nerve, having the audacity to challenge the Washington establishment. That's what it is. They tell you when you're a kid in school, you could even be president someday. But that's a lie. That's a lie. If you're outside of the club, if you're not part of that club, you're going to be president someday. And if you are, apparently, they're going to make you pay a price for that. That's what President Trump's dealing with right now, and he needs our prayers. Folks, I want to thank you for joining us here today. I'm Carmine Sabia. This is Explain America. Please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. We love you guys. God bless you. Take care, everybody.